Okay. So I'll wait for a minute. They're about to join, and then we can start this past paper. Okay, this is P1. Okay, I'm just waiting for Ishal. Okay, so let's do it. The question says the function f is defined by f of x equals 1 over 3x plus 2 plus x squared for x less than minus 1. Okay. Determine whether f is an increasing function or decreasing function. Okay. Now we'll talk about the solution later. But before that, what we need to understand is that how do we determine if a function is increasing or decreasing? We have done this. So just tell me, how do we determine this? If a function is increasing or decreasing, we use what? Yes. Can anyone answer this question? How do we determine if a function is increasing or decreasing? I'm just talking about the general thing.
Are we trying to find the point of inflection or
okay, that is very close. Yes, that is close. Okay, I'll tell you. Now, this is just a 3-mark question. Okay, so we'll not talk about many things here. If you have been asked to tell if the function is either increasing or decreasing, the only thing which should come to your mind is the derivative. Okay, so I am going to find the derivative of f of x, and I'll see what is happening for values of x less than minus 1. If the derivative is positive, it would be an increasing function. If the derivative is negative, it would be a decreasing function. If derivative is 0, that would be neither. Okay. All right. So first thing is that what exactly would be the derivative? For that, I'll write down the function properly. So f of x is basically 3x plus 2 to the power minus 1 plus x squared. Okay. Now I'm in the position to find the derivative of f of x. So I write it down as it is 3x plus 2 power what? Minus 1 minus 1. Okay. When we differentiate, we are subtracting the powers. What is the next thing? Next thing is I need to multiply what? Yes, I want you guys to participate. I need to multiply what? The derivative of this. Okay. So that would be 3. And I am going to have the derivative of x squared, that would be 2x. Okay. So this would be minus 3. Okay. Please listen to me. This differentiation is very important and I want you guys to understand it completely. Now, lately we have been integrating. So I'm pretty sure that this would confuse you guys if you were not in practice. This is the thing which we need to differentiate. Treat it as a variable. Okay, so this is going to come as it is. The power would be multiplied. The power would change. We do -1 in differentiation, and the derivative of the factor, that would be 3, is multiplied. Any confusions in this differentiation, please tell me. Okay. Yes, Munja, Haris and Ashal, is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'm going to simplify this. Minus 3 divided by 3x plus 2 power minus positive 2. So I can just write down 2 plus 2x. Okay. Very good. Okay. My next question is from you guys. Now I have calculated this derivative for you. I want you guys to tell me if this function would be increasing, decreasing, or neither. I've just told you that how we are determining that. Okay. Yes, this is the range. X is less than -1. So just pick up a random number. You can just pick up x equals -2 and just plug in -2 in this function and see if you're getting positive, negative, or 0. Please check that quickly. Yes. What is the value of the derivative at x equals -2? Yes, is that positive, negative, or 0? Haris, Ashal, and Munja, please confirm. Yes, Munja.
I think it's going to be decreasing one.
Okay, what is the value of derivative? Is it positive, negative, or 0? On -2, okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay. What about you, Ashal? I got one response from Haris. Okay, let's see. X is less than -1, okay? Less than -1 means you can just pick up any number less than -1. Let's say we pick up -2. -3 divided by 3 into -2 plus 2 squared, then plus 2 into -2. This would give you -3 over 16 minus 4. Now this is certainly going to be negative, okay? Whatever value it is less than 0. If your derivative is less than 0, what does that determine? It means that it would be a decreasing function. So this is going to be the answer. Any doubts in this question? Please tell me. These questions are very important and this practice is extremely important, okay? This would help you revise all the old contents and then you guys would be in the position to do the past paper practice on your own. So please pay attention, and if you have any doubts, anything, even if something is not clear, just tell me, okay? Because this is for you guys. Yes, Munja, did you understand this?
Yes, ma'am. From the chain rule, isn't it?
Right. Okay. Um, let's talk about the second question. Okay. Now this is more important. This is I know that this is basically a tricky topic. Like some of the students think about it as that as a difficult topic. But yeah, okay, let's see. The graph of y equals f of x is transformed to the graph of this. Describe fully the two single transformations which you have been combined to give the resulting transformation. Okay. Now, when we were talking about functions and when we were talking about the graphs, um, in the very last class, I made a summary type of a thing, and I told you that when we talk about transformations, when we talk about graphs, we have two things. Okay, I'll just revise that, and then I would want an answer from you guys. We did stretch, and we did translation. Okay, stretch is self-explanatory. For translation, you can just think about it this way: it is shifting. Okay, for stretch, in order to describe, we write down the stretch factor. Okay, we write down the stretch factor, and for translation we write down the translation vector this way. X, Y, sorry. This is the translation vector. Okay. Now please pay attention. I'll repeat this again. When we were talking about this chapter, I told you in the last class, in total, we did multiple cases, but the idea is that we only have two things: stretch and translation. When we talk about stretch, it's self-explanatory. Either the shape, either the curve is stretching or it is squeezing, right? That depends on the stretch factor. If your stretch factor is greater than 1, in that case the thing would be stretching. If it is 1 by 2 or something of that type, it is squeezing. But that depends. I told you it is opposite when we have something with x. Okay, we'll come to that. And translation is basically shifting. Okay, so if we talk about this case, what do you guys think? We are adding 1 to the function and we are multiplying something with x. So what do you think? Can anyone tell me? Just an idea that what exactly have they done to get this? Yes. Any idea? Even if the answer is wrong, I would not mind that. Is that stretch, translation, or both? What do you think? Here something is being multiplied with x and then we are adding. Sorry?
I think it's both.
Okay. Very good. Excellent. Very good, Haris and Munja. Okay. Ishal, I want you to participate as well, please. Okay. It's okay if you are telling something wrong, that is completely fine. Okay. But just try to participate just so we can discuss everything together. Okay. So it is both because we are multiplying something with x and we are adding something in the function. We know that if we talk about the simplest case, y equals x squared and y equals 1 plus x squared. What is the difference in both these graphs? This is for y equals x squared and this graph is shifted when I make it for y equals 1 plus x squared. So this is representing the shift, this is representing the translation, and this multiplication with x is telling you a stretch. My next question is, what do you think? When we are multiplying 1 by 2 with x, would that be a stretch or would that be actually squeezing your shape? What do you think? Yes, I told you things are opposite when it comes to x. Okay, very good, Haris. Excellent. Okay, it would be a stretch. Why? Because yes, we are multiplying 1 by 2 with x, but that does not mean it would be squeezing. I have told you multiple times that when we are doing things with x, they are actually opposite. Okay, like if I had x plus 1 whole squared, my graph would have shifted not towards the right side but towards the left side. So things are opposite with x. Okay, this is the simplest thing you can keep in your mind. So it would be a stretch by a factor of what? I told you, if you have something of this type, f of ax, that would be a stretch and the stretch factor would be 1 by a. So yes, Munja, what do you think? What would be the stretch factor in our case? It would be 1 by half. Okay, we are multiplying half with x, we were multiplying a with x, and we are dividing a by 1. So it would be 1 over 1 by 2. That would be 2. Okay, so the answer would be, I am writing down the answer here. So it would be a stretch by stretch factor of 2. Obviously, you write down in the full form. In the x direction, because that is being multiplied with x. This is first a transformation, and then the second one is translation. Okay. Now either you can just write down it as translation or shift 1 unit in the y direction, okay? Because we are adding 1. Or you can just write down the translation vector. So what would be the translation vector? We are not doing anything with x, so that is 0. We are only shifting in y, so that would be 1, right? So this is going to be the translation vector. So these are your two single transformations, and once we are combining both of them, this is what we get. Yes, Haris, Ishal, and Munja, I'm repeating this again. Please pay attention. This is very important, okay? So this is what you had originally, and this is what you have now. Okay, what exactly has happened? Forget about everything. You should know that in AS maths or in P1 you just have two types of transformation: stretch and translation. If you are adding or subtracting something, that would come under translation. If you are multiplying or dividing something, that would come under stretch. Okay, now whatever is happening with y is going to stay like this. If you are multiplying something with the function directly, that would actually be stretching your curve along the y-axis. Okay, if you're multiplying 1 by 2, that would basically squeeze your shape by 1 by 2 factor. I'm talking about y. Okay, so instead of writing down all this, yeah, okay, I'm repeating this. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So in P1, we are talking about transformations. Okay. So this is your original function. What are the four possibilities? Either you will see a plus minus sign, or you will see a multiply divide sign. Okay. If it's plus minus, it would be translation. If it is multiply divide, it would be stretch. Now things are different for x and y. Okay. If it is If it is a f of x, it would be a stretch, and you never ever gonna write down squeeze. Okay, stretch is the only word. I use this term just to explain this. You can also use shrink. Okay, but just for your understanding. Okay, so it would be a stretch by a stretch factor of a. Okay, and if you have f of ax, again you have multiplication, so it would be stretch by a stretch factor of 1 by a. Okay, you can only think about it as multiply. Even if you're multiplying half, just think about it as multiplication. Okay, just think that you are multiplying it. Okay, let's talk about addition. If you are adding it, if you are doing a plus f of x, that would basically shift the shape or the curve a units in the positive direction. And if you are doing f of x plus a, that would shift your graph a units to the left side. So this would help you go up a units, and this to the left side a units. Okay, and even though we are adding, even though the sign is plus, but we are going in the left direction, this is what happens with x. Okay, I've been telling you that things are opposite with x, right? So is this okay now? Ishal, Haris, and Munja, please confirm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what about the other students? Please tell me. Okay, Haris is clear. Ishal, did you understand this? Please tell me if this is okay or not. Okay, very good. Right. Let's talk about this question. Now, I would expect you guys to do this on your own as well. I'll give you 3 minutes and I would want a proper answer from your side because we have been doing this lately. Okay. I'll give you an idea and then I'll leave it to you. The diagram shows part of the curve with the equation this. The shaded region enclosed by the curve, the y-axis and the line, is rotated through 360 degrees about the x-axis. Forget about whatever is written. This is your shaded region, and this region is rotated to an angle of 360 degrees about the y-axis. Okay, this is what we did yesterday. So first you need to integrate the area. How do we integrate the area? We will integrate the area by making what the subject? Yes. Please tell
X.
me. Okay, very good. Excellent. X would be the subject and everything would be in terms of y because we will have dy here and the limits would be from the y-axis. Okay. So when we'll make this, when we'll make x the subject, it would become y minus 1 under the root equals x. So I can write it down this way, y minus 1. What are the two additional steps we do in order to find the volume? Yes, I told you yesterday, we square it, whatever the function
Sorry,
we have, very good, and we write pi. Either you can
pi.
write pi outside or inside, that would not matter. Very good, Haris, excellent. Okay, now I leave it on you guys. I'll give you 2 minutes. Find the area, find the integral and tell me the value. Okay, or maybe you can take 3 minutes. But I want an answer. Even if it's wrong, that is okay. But I want you guys to try. And please don't use your calculators directly, okay? I would want you guys to do it on your own.
Mm. Ma'am, so it's pi, then the
Yes.
square root of
Mm-hmm.
substituting our units, our variables, 5 minus 1, 4, and the square root of 4, which is 2 to the power of 2. So for 2 to the power of 2, that's 4. So if you substitute 1, so 1 will give us, it will be insignificant. So I think it's a 4 pi. I think, yeah.
Okay. Okay, just check that once again. Check that once again. I'll just simplify the function for you, guys. Square and pi, under would be cancelled. We have 1 minus y dy, okay? Now this
Mm,
integration is very easy.
yeah.
It would be y squared by 2 minus y. Let's keep pi outside. There's no point of writing it with it because we know that it's constant. 5 and 1. Okay. Yes, Horace and Ashal, what are you guys getting? I'm waiting for your answers. Oh, Check that again, Munja. 1 would not be insignificant. Check that again, okay?
Okay.
That would give you something.
Mm. Oh,
Okay, I got an answer from Ishal. What about you, Haris? All right, let's see what exactly is the answer. So I'll plug in 5. I'll keep pi outside, okay? I'll plug in 5. 5 squared would give me 25 by 2
yeah.
minus 5, bracket close, minus sign. Now I'll plug in 1 by 2 minus 1, and it would be pi. 12.5 minus 5 would give you what?
40 over 2, which is 7 pi. 25, 25 minutes. That's 15 over 2.
Yeah, okay, this would give you 7.5. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
And then minus, this would be minus 1 by 2, so it would become plus 1 by 2, that is 0.5. Okay, so
Yeah.
it would be 8 pi. This
Oh, yes.
is going to be your answer.
Mhm.
Yes, Ishal and Haris, are you clear with that? Munja, are you okay with this?
Yeah, I made a mistake at the beginning there, but on the integration there, but it's clear. So yeah, it was my mistake.
That's
For,
okay. That's okay. It would get better with practice, okay? But you should know how to build this integral for volume. Okay, you should know that whatever we were getting for the shaded region, you'll square that, you'll add pi, and that is it. Okay, this question is gone. Let's talk about the fourth question. This is the last question for today, and this is important. Okay, please pay attention, because I think that it's not that straightforward. Okay, I'll read the question. A curve has equation this. A point is moving along the curve in such a way that at P, the y coordinate is increasing at 4 units per second, and the x coordinate is increasing at 6 units per second. Find the x coordinate of P. Now I'll repeat, okay? The equation of the curve is y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. Let's just write down whatever we have been told in the question. A point is moving along the curve in such a way that at P, the y coordinate is increasing 4 units per second. What do you think? What is this? I told you when we have time, this is basically the rate, right? What is rate?
Yeah.
Rate is something per time. Time could be hours, it could be seconds, it could be minutes. This is rate. And I told you we can always write down rate this way: dy by dt. Okay. It is change in y with time, and that is 4. And what would be dx by dt? Dx by dt would be the change in x with respect to time, and you have that x coordinate is increasing at 6 units per second, so this would be 6. Okay, when we were talking about differentiation, in fact when we were done with differentiation, at that time we discussed rate. I told you rate is the change with time, and you can always write down rate this way: dy by dt or dx by dt. And this obviously depends if you're talking about the y coordinate or the x coordinate. Okay, So did you understand this from where I got these two?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what about the other students, Ashal and Haris? Please tell me if this is okay or not. Okay. All right. Good. Now, what is the question? They want you to find the x coordinate. Okay. Using this and this, I can write down dy by dx. How can I write this? Okay, I'll tell you. I can write down dy by dt multiplied by dt by dx. I have dy by dt. I have dx by dt. If I have dx by dt, I can easily find dt by dx by taking the reciprocal. So that would be 1 by 6. Okay. So I need dy by dx. Why do I need that? I'll tell you. I'll come to that later. For now, just know how to calculate dy by dx. Okay, we can calculate dy by dx by taking the product of these two rates. You know that if I cancel, this should have been dt over dx. Okay. You know that if I cancel dt and dt, I would get dy by dx. But never ever think about it this way. It's just for your understanding, but otherwise we call it the chain rule. Okay. We discussed this in the very beginning when we started doing the detailed differentiations. Okay. So this way, dy by dx is going to be dy by dt is 4 multiplied by dt by dx is 1 by 6. So this would give me 4 by 6. This is dy by dx. You need to find the x coordinate of p. So basically, you need to find x. Okay, you need to find x. How do we find x? We can find x by finding dy by dx from this equation and equating this. So dy by dx would be 2x minus 2. Okay. Now dy by dx is 2x minus 2 and the value of dy by dx is 4 by 6. So this would be 2 by 3. 2 by 3 equals 2x minus 2. Now this is one equation and the variable is x only. So I can simplify this easily. 2 plus 2 by 3 is going to give you 2x. And once we make x the subject, this is going to be 4 by 3. Yes. Okay. Yes. Did you understand this, all of you? If not, I can repeat it again. Please be honest with yourselves and then tell me, okay? If this example is okay or not. Okay, we are done with this, Ashal. Oh, okay. All right. And what about you, Munja?
No, I understood. I understood.
Okay, very good. Okay. Now, this
Yeah.
question was not direct. This was an indirect question, but obviously, the examiner is not going to give you easy things. He would play with your concepts. If you know the concepts 100%, then obviously you would be able to do it. Okay. Let me just
Mm.
see how, what is the next? Okay. All right. This one is the next question, and let's do it, and then that is it. Okay. Because it's important. We need to do this. Okay. Now, this is from trigonometry, and some of the students that think about trigonometry as difficult topic, and I would agree that yes, comparatively it is difficult. Okay, let's read what exactly is the question. The question says, solve the equation. Now, when the examiner is saying solve, that is easy. They just want you to find the value of theta. But in case of trigonometry, the steps are going to be more. Okay. So let's just simplify this first. I can take the denominator to the right side. So that would give me tan theta plus 3 sine theta plus 2 equals 2 tan theta. I'm multiplying 2 directly. Minus 6 sine theta plus 2. Okay, please stay focused. This is very important for you guys. Okay, now
Okay.
I can cancel this 2 and 2, and I will take everything on this side. I'll bring everything on the right side. So this would give me 0 equals 2 tan theta minus tan theta. That would be tan theta minus, this is minus 6. When I'll take when I'll take plus 3 to the other side, that would be minus 3. So it would become minus 9 sine theta. Any confusions? I've not done anything. I've just simplified the initial equation. Yes. Any doubts with this? Haris, Ashal, and Munja, please tell me if you had any confusions.
No doubt so far, ma'am.
Okay, very
Thank
good.
you. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
following.
all right. So this is good. Okay, now how to do it? Okay, so now you have multiple ways of doing this. Okay, either we can just first, let me just write it down this way: tan theta minus 9 sine theta equals 0. Okay, I can write down tan theta with sine theta by cos theta minus 9 sine theta equals 0. Okay, now I need to simplify this, and I don't know how to simplify this exactly. So one approach could be that I multiply cos theta on both sides. You'll see what is that gonna do. I'll multiply cos theta here, and I'll multiply cos theta here. Okay, so cos theta would cancel out this cos theta, not directly. This would give you sine theta minus. When I'll multiply cos theta with this, cos theta would be cancelled. When I multiply cos theta with this, I would get minus 9 sine theta cos theta equals 0. Okay. Now I can take sine theta common, and it would give me 1 minus 9 cos theta equals 0. Okay, now I'm very close. I can make two equations. Sine theta equals 0 and 1 minus 9 cos theta equals 0. So this would give you what? This would give you cos theta equals 1 by 9. Okay. Now I'll use a different color. We have this equation and we have this equation. This is going to be easy. This is your range, and from this range you need to think what values of theta give you the value of function 0. So I'll make sine quickly. I'll make the graph of sine quickly. This is sine, but this is 180 and this is 90 degrees. Okay, so we are only interested from this point to this point. So what do you think? What value of theta is giving you 0 value of the function? Yes, please answer me.
Pi will give you 0.
No, pi. Yes, pi would give. Yes, you are right. Pi would give you 0, but pi is not in the range. Okay, we only
Oh,
have
okay.
the range from 0 to pi by 2. It's 0 to 90. That means 0 to pi by 2. So what do you think? This point is also giving you 0, right, Munja? The initial one.
Yeah.
So what value of theta would satisfy this equation? Yes, Haris and Ashal. It would be 0 degrees. Okay.
Yeah.
This was the equation. For understanding this, you can easily make the, okay, yes, we talk about quadrants and all that when we either have a positive number or a negative number. This is 0. For 0, you can just make the graph quickly and then think about it. Okay, So this is the graph of sine theta, and you have theta on the x-axis. You can see that sine theta is 0 on 0 degrees, on 180 degrees, and on 360 degrees. Okay, 360 degrees is not in the range, 180 degrees is not in the range. We only have 0 degrees in the range. So this would be the answer from the first equation. Let's talk about the second equation. Cos theta equals 1 by 9. Now cos is positive. So cos is positive in the first quadrant and
Third
in
one.
the fourth quadrant. Okay.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
All right.
It is
Now,
clear.
what would be the value of alpha? What would be the value of cos in the first quadrant? What would be this? You can calculate that directly. Cos inverse 1 by 9, right? And please be careful, the mode of your calculator should be in degrees because the range is in degrees. Yes. What are you
Just give
getting for this?
It's give me 0.99 mm.
Okay, be careful that the mode of your calculator is in degrees. Okay, that should be in degrees because the range is in degrees. Okay. Okay. Very good, Haris. Excellent. So it would be 83.6 degrees. Okay. And that is it. You are not going to calculate this one because that would not be part of the range, right? This is your range. So it is just in the first quadrant from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. So this would only be, these two would be the answers, 0 degrees or 83.6 degrees, right?
Mm.
Any doubts, anything that you have not understood? Yes, please tell me if this is okay or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay.
Okay, very good. All right. So I'll stop sharing this. I'll stop the recording.